In this today's session, we are going to discuss about fishbone diagram, creating a fishbone diagram for any, as in when I'm taking an example for a manufacturing process or a manufacturing activity that we conduct, uh, which majorly including suppliers, equipment, right? So at the same time, environment, all that. So before I'm going to detail you about a fishbone diagram, let me explain you uh, what exactly fishbone diagram is all about and why is it being used. So this is also called as a cause and effect diagram, which majorly used to create what are the different causes and how it is being affected in the application or a manufacturing process or something, right? So for that reason, generally this fishbone diagram can be created. Even this for any application or any manufacturing process, everywhere this can be created. So when we have taken this as an example for a manufacturing, so majorly helpful uh, for employees to avoid solutions which majorly addressing the kind of symptoms of any larger problem. Whatever the kind of defects or the problems that we have identified, so that we need to categorize or the causes of the problem, right? What are the different defects that are involved, right? So everything that we need to be known with. So in regard to this, first of all, we must be knowing about what are the concepts that are involved, right? So either it can be um, people, right? It can be processes, right? So who are all involved when we want to create a fishbone diagram is important. So first of all, these are the different activity or the processes which are involved, right? So different people, different P's who are involved in that, which are as follows. The first one about the manpower. Manpower, nothing but people. If people are being involved here. So when we are understanding about the manufacturing process as far as the fishbone diagram is concerned, this we must be knowing. One is about the manpower, point number one. Second, methods. Methods is also one of the thing, right? So methods, nothing but what are the processes or procedures that we are following. Everything will be part of methods. Next one about the materials, right? So what are the supplies we have, right? Supplies, vendors. So everything can be mentioned under the methods part. Next one about the machines, right? So whatever the machines or the equipments that we are using, everything will be of it. Next about the measurement, right? So measurement, nothing but how are we measuring the impact, right? Effect and all, right? So this is all about the measure. Next about the environment, right? So environment is also one of the important thing, right? So environment in industry, right? So this is called environment. So these are the major objects normally we use when we are working on the fishbone diagram. One is about the manpower, nothing but the people who are involving in it. Next, methods, nothing but the kind of process or procedures, etc. Followed by the kind of material, supplies, vendors, all that. Next, machines, equipment, followed by measurement, mother's nature, environment, all that. So these are the different things. Now, how this fishbone diagram can be created, first we need to know. So if you want to create a fishbone diagram, first of all, we must update the major cells which are involved in it. So these are the cells that are involved, right? So these are the different cells that are involved, as I just know I mentioned here. So first of all, we need to mention the methods. Let's say, for example, the first cell of the method that we have taken is called material. Okay. Material is the first one I've taken. Next, measurement taken here. Measurement I have taken. Next, machine. Right. So, because whatever the processes that I told you, right? So whatever the cells that we want to be updated, everything I'm mentioning here, right? So the first one about the material, second is about the measurement, third is about the machine. Next, we must be knowing about what method that we are going to follow. That should be updated. Method should be updated here. Next, environment. In the last one, I have mentioned it. It's environment. Need to be mentioned even. Next, people. Okay, who are all the people that are involved, right? So all these things that we need to know. Now, what exactly this end of the day, this must be knowing and this must be lead to the one, right? So this is majorly the part of majorly useful for the part of this produced, okay, wrong size, right? So if you want to identify that, generally this fishbone diagram is being used for. So first we need to update the cells. That is important. Now, next one we must be knowing about what are the events that we need to be updated, right? So these are the different events we need to update. For example, first event I am taking event. For example, wrong specification of the material. I'm just taken, right? So wrong specification of the material is taken as the first event, as I mentioned here. So, right. So this is the first event I'm taking event. The wrong specification of the material maybe that may leads to here the event we need to mention, right? So here we need to mention the event stated that, 1 minute. Yeah. Here we need to mention that the stating like wrong size of the mold. Okay, wrong size of the mold is something that is taken into consideration. Okay, so this is more important. Next thing, this wrong specification of the material what we have taken. This can be applied even for the poor storage conditions. It can be okay, so that it can be of poor storage conditions. Okay. Next, this is of it generally, where because of that, there can be an one-off material we have. Okay, there can be a one-off material wherein we are having, right? So this is the case. Now, when it comes to the event, as I told you, right? So wrong size of the mold we have taken. When we have the wrong size of the mold that we have taken over here, it can be a blueprint mistake. It can be. Next, it need not be a blueprint mistake. It can be either the production mistake also. It can be production mistake as far as the process when we are working on the process is concerned. It can be of it. Next, it can be a production mistake. Let me. I do one thing. Let me write on the production mistake here. Production mistake it can be. Next, what is the situation, right? So for example, if this is the event that we have taken, so it can be machine will be malfunction. Machine malfunction. This can be due to employees fault. It can be due to the employee's fault, where the machine is detected. Machine is defected. Because of it, the machine is getting defected. It's a machine is defected. Okay, these are the major ones, right? So that way, material wrong specification of the material is taken. Next, because of that wrong size of the mold as well as blueprint, production mistakes could happen. So this may connects to the wrong size of the mold or any kind of blueprint or something, machine malfunctioning, right? So employees, machine defects, uh, everything can happen. Okay? These are the different events. Next, when it comes to the methods are concerned, generally one method I can take. Okay, for example, one of the method I am taking here about wrong production procedure. Okay, wrong production procedure has taken. This event, one event is enough, right? So one event is sufficient. So if you want to add one more events and all, we can add these events to the existing ones, right? So here we can add the events. Depends on the event what we have taken. We can add one more events whenever it is needed. Because of the wrong procedure corrections and all, wrong production conditions might be. Wrong production can be a wrong production conditions that we have taken, right? So here. So because of the wrong production conditions, there may be some extensions. These are all not events, but I'm adding some extension to the existing one. Okay, if there is any kind of extensions and all, we can add it. So let us not take this let us not take this into consideration. Okay. Mm, mm. Right. So wrong production conditions. These wrong production conditions can be anything. For example, it can be too hot, it can be too cold, it can be yeah, it can be too hot or it can be too cold. It can be of any situation where it relates. Okay, it can be too humid or something, right? So that we can take it here. So wrong prediction conditions and all that. Next, it can be leads to when it comes to the people are concerned, it can be an employee mistake. It can be an employee mistake. That can be of one. So due to the employee mistake, what could happen? Because of the employee mistake, it could mistake of machine, right? So because employee is not using the machinery properly, so mistake mission settings can be done. Okay, mistaken mission settings because employee is not used it properly. Means he has mishandled it properly. Okay, so because of that mistaken mission settings. Next, mistaken production procedure can also happen. Okay, so this is how generally we need to update when we are working on the fishbone diagram, right? It's the causes as well as the impacts and all, right? So if you want to make use of it and if you want to know it, of course, color combinations can be given for this. This is for a better understanding. Because if you want to know about this process, right, especially the part of produced wrong size. So for that, we can hmm, this is for color combinations for our effectiveness that we can do. This is how generally a fishbone diagram can be created, especially for a particular activity or an event, right? So event already were mentioned here, right? So this is an event I have taken event. It's event two, right? So it's taken. Okay. Right. So this is how generally the fishbone diagram to be created.